So imagine waking up on the 31st of December, having moved your lives forward, outgrowing the average version of yourself. Imagine if your life improved because you started having a life. Imagine if your business started moving forwards because you were making intentional decisions that moved it in the right direction. Imagine if you whipped your top off and you looked in a mirror, or your wife was looking at you, and all of a sudden she's giving you more attention. All of a sudden you're more proud about the body that you have in a reflection in the mirror. Imagine if the kids screamed daddy and rushed to you the minute you walked through the front door, rather than walking into the house being a stranger. And these are all of the opportunities that you have over the next 114 days. As it stands, it is Monday the 8th of September. So it's 114 days until the 31st of December from today. Whenever you watch this video, work out how many days you've got left until the countdown ends at the end of the year. Because it's my intention in this video to help guide you with the 3 things that we need to overcome and the blueprint of how to create a mission that holds, so that when you wake up on the 31st of December, you are winning. You feel like you've moved forwards. You put yourself in the best position to absolutely crush 2026. So this for me was one of the biggest turning points in my life, was that when I took control of my planning, my direction, and my mission building my life. When I left the military, I was in a cycle of chaos where I was just very reactive. I was firefighting all of the time. I had no goals. I had no aspirations. I would just wake up and cuff each day. And I didn't want to be about that. That's not what I was about in the military. But I had lost that grounding, that foundation, that basic training, that relentlessness to be something much more. And it was that point where I was so sick and tired of my own BS that I decided to do something about it. And that something about it is what I'm going to show you right now. Now, before I go into the blueprint of how you create your mission for the next 114 days, there are 3 things that we've got to tackle. The first one is the shift in your belief system. I speak to guys constantly, every single day, and there is this damning belief system that nothing is ever going to change, that you cannot evolve, that you cannot outgrow the average version of yourself, that you are just constantly busy. The number of guys that say to me, I'm just busy, I've just got no time, I'm just under pressure. They've completely drifted into this state of chaos, this cycle of chaos. And they believe that is their life. And when they get home, they have no energy. They struggle to communicate with the wife. They struggle to help around the house. They make excuses why they can't train. What has actually happened is that they have drifted into this cycle. And instead of being intentional and purposeful and fulfilled, we now feel low, we feel devalued, and we feel like we've lost our edge. And that's what I want to change. But you have to shift that belief system that it can be better. And I've proven that with working with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of guys, probably thousands of guys on a deep level. And we change those belief systems, they change the patterns, they change the outcomes, they change your life. And if you want to know how we do that, you can click the link in the description. That would take you to my Instagram profile. Comment or inbox me the word ready, and I'll send you all of the information on what the lads are doing over initial 28 days. So the second thing that we have to build is a relentless identity. Your identity has to become relentless. That means that's who you are, your DNA, the way that you operate, the way that you think, the way that you lead has to become relentless. And relentless means that no matter what happens, whether you are enjoying the process or hating the process, you are relentless on achieving the outcome. No matter what the mood, no matter what the curveballs, at all cost, you will achieve your outcome. And it is hard work. There is no shortcuts. I can tell you that straight away. Anyone that comes to work with us, we demand hard work and showing up from the start, because that is the sacrifice to achieving a better life, building a better business, consultancy, coaching, super successful in your career, whatever it might be. That is what makes you the king of your home. That's what makes your wife respect you more, because you lead more, and your kids look at you more as a role model because you're relentless and you lead from the front. You lead you to lead them. And the third thing is, this must be a need. So we need water, and food to survive. We need sleep to function. This process, you showing up to achieve your mission and your outcome, must be as much as a need as it is for us needing water and needing food to survive. Because if you are unhappy, if you are just plateauing, if you have built success on paper and you look good from the outside, but inside you feel dead, there is this unfulfillment, nothing will change unless you start needing that change. And those three things is what is going to give you your outcomes by the 31st of December, which is 114 days away. Now, I'm going to give you a quick breakdown of how you can go about putting together an action plan for you to wake up on the 31st of December and go, I am winning, I'm on top, I'm ready to go. So the first thing we have to do is look at our mission pillars, all right? So this is our mission balance code. That's one of our mechanisms that we use to help men elevate the way they live their lives. And it consists of 5 pillars. And these 5 pillars really condense into the cycle of our lives. These are all the areas that I feel that we need to cover. So the first one is health, mentally, emotionally, physically. Second one is relationships with yourself and the people that you love. The business, the driver, the personal development, the development of us, and then having fun, okay? Because running a business, running a consultancy, running a coaching session, being a super successful professional or high performer means absolute dick if you are not living your life. If your life is consumed by your professional life, by your business, by all of that stuff that goes on there, you have no life. And it is about seeing more than just waking up and going to work and coming home and surviving. So we're going to create 5 key outcomes that we want to achieve, right? And I want these things to be the things that you achieve by the end of the 31st. Now, the way to do this is put each one of the pillars at the top: health, relationships, business, personal development, and fun. I just want you to brain dump in your notepad. You write down all the things that you would bite my hand off to achieve by the end of the year. So if you achieve that, that would be a major win. I want you just to brainstorm this on the train, in a coffee shop, on a break, wherever you are, and just get it down. Be really crystal clear on what those things are. And then look at them and decide and circle the number one, the one that you really need, the one that really will change your life, the one that will really make you feel more fulfilled, more purposeful, more confident, more self-assured, the one that will give you the most self-respect, the one that you can really connect with. Okay, so I've just given some examples here. So here, I've just put for health, train every day. So for 114 days, train 114 times. If you did that, your life will monumentally change physically, mentally, and emotionally, because you'd be more regulated, you'd look better, you'd feel more confident, you'd walk in a room and you feel like you own the room, okay? Number 2 is around relationships. So building structure, routine, and systems around the home, building success from home. That is absolutely critical, right? We're making sure that we're getting our priorities in order. So we need a system, we need a structure, we need routines to make sure that that happens. The business one is whatever success is for you, okay? Whatever your project is, whatever moves you financially forwards in a system that moves you forwards, and if it's an infrastructure that moves you forward, if it makes your business run more fluently, that's the win. Whatever it is going to be for you, only you can answer that, right? So for me, it's to get a certain amount of people working in our community to make the community thrive, and we're already almost there. The next one, which is personal development, leading, not providing. Okay, providing is just one of the things we naturally do, but what we want to do more of at home is lead. Because the reason that so many wives don't respect their husbands is because they don't lead the home. And leading the home is not earning money, it's being present, asking questions how they are, it's taking charge of the situations, it's helping out with the kids, it's being a role model to the kids. Because the wife shouldn't have to carry all of that, right? And nor should you, but we lead from the front and we take charge of that situation. And then the last one here is having a life, fun. Have a life as well as running your business. This is something I always ended up failing on quite a lot of the times. And it's something that I'm really working on right now. So we've got 5 things that we would wake up on the 31st of December with and go, man, that would change your life. If you achieve those things and you wrote them down, how would that make your life feel? How would it make you look at yourself? How would it make other people look at you? What do we need to do to achieve this? What's the first thing we need to do? So we go all the way back to the end of September and go, what do I need to do by the end of September? So there's 20 days left of September. You go, I need to train every day for 20 days. And I need to keep a streak going. I need to share that streak with someone. Okay, this is the stuff that we do in our Mission 365 system, right? So when people come to work with us, we have a workout Monday. Everyone has to put their workout schedule in. So we're looking for people to train to take care of themselves, because if we're going to lead our families and our business, we have to be fit. Our relationships, so building structure, routines, and system around the home, we have to be more aware of what we're doing with our time. So you might keep a log, a journal. So we have a mission builder that we use with the guys, and they track in the morning and they track in the evening. So we're building the awareness of getting rid of the hustle and the grind and going, where's my time? Where am I spending too much time in work? Where am I lacking boundaries? And so on. So I put here in the business, personal development, and the fun. So at the end of September, what do we need to achieve? At the end of October, what do we need to achieve? At the end of November, where do we need to be? Okay, don't overthink this. There is no right or wrong. It's about just creating this blueprint of the things that you need to do to achieve those final outcomes. And remember, you need these three: the belief shift, the relentless identity, and making this a need. Because if we don't do that, if we don't get these three, this won't even get started. And I would say that a large proportion, and this is not being negative, I've worked with men for 8 years, I know the patterns. You'll be too busy for this, you'll make an excuse, you'll forget. There will be about 3 to 5% people that do this. And if you're in that 3 to 5%, I want you to show off and stick it in the comments directly below, because this is fundamentally going to set you up for 2026. It's going to make you feel like you've won 2025. You are going to feel more connected to your family, your business, or coaching, or your consultancy, or whatever it is going to thrive, and you are going to thrive. Because if you continue in the cycle that you're in, where does life take you? What is going to change? And you know what the great thing is? The power's in your hand right here. One decision, one action is all it takes, like a tiny little snowball going down the hill. In about 114 days, that will turn into a monumental snowball, because you've built up and you've collected and you've learned about yourself. And like I say, if you want help with this, just go to my Instagram account, links in the description, message me the word ready, and I will show you what is entailed in the 28 days to help you get this started. And you will develop more in those 28 days than you have done the last 4 months, I can guarantee you. And if you don't, I will give you investment back. And if you listen to my guy here, Johnny, you will see how his life flipped completely 180 by starting in this process. Enjoy. I look forward to the results. Let's get it done.